नमस्कार, यहाँलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ नेपाली लाइभ टिभीमा। आज हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ फारवेस्टर्न युनिभर्सिटीका एसिस्टेन्ट प्रोफेसर र वेस्टर्न कलेजका एकाडेमिक एडभाइजर डॉक्टर निशा भट्ट म्याम। नमस्ते।
नमस्ते संजय।
डॉक्टर भन्नु मिल्छ है?
मिल्छ because very soon I'm going to give this good news to everyone.
Okay.
So भन्नेमा केही प्रब्लम छैन।
आराम हुनुहुन्छ म्याम?
I'm so good and thank you so much for inviting me in this show.
हजुरको बाल्यकालको बारेमा अलिकति बताइदिनुहोस्। हजुरको बाल्यकाल कसरी बित्यो, कहाँ हुर्किनु भयो, तपाईको पढाइ कहाँ गर्नुभयो?
Okay. Thank you so much for your question, Sanjay. Whenever we ask about the childhood, I think it happens with everyone. They get nostalgic. So the same feeling is going on right now with me too. Yes, I can say that my childhood was not full of luxurious life, but it was full of value system. It was full of hardships and struggles, full of discipline. In my family, there are my parents and my two younger brothers. So it was a small family. I can say that my father was was a businessman. He's no more with us right now. But at that point of time also, what I feel that I'm talking about the era of late 90s, at that point of time, the girl education was not supported so highly. But still, I feel myself so blessed enough to have such parents who were so progressive in thinking. They didn't fill my life with a lot of physical and materialistic resources, and I have no regret for that. But what they gave me is the true value of education. They taught me that what is the true meaning of being a human, So that I really feel so grateful to them. So this is all about how I, how I feel still that my childhood journey is really a golden era for me. Today also, I remember my college days, especially over here. When I was in my undergraduate level, it was the 4th year. I was a kind of shy and introvert kid. Right now, a lot of people know me. Ma'am is so full of energy. Ma'am is so spunky. Ma'am is so daring in her efforts and in her words. But I really want to share with you, and this is an honest confession that in early days I was not like that. But sometimes you experience a turning point in your life, and so as to happen in my life too. That was the 4th year of my undergraduate level, and there was a student union election at that point of time. I was not having any kind of planning to participate for the post of president, but I don't know. There was a sort of sometimes, that sort of environment, sometimes your friend circle, sometimes your family support, they always encourage you to challenge yourself, to do something better and something different in your life. And I participated. I participated in the election, and I won with a huge margin. So from there onwards, I felt like a different journey started, that brought me into a different level of zone, that sometimes you need to challenge yourself, sometimes you need to come out of your comfort zone, and then you can do something exemplary. So the bachelor journey was somehow, I can say, a turning point. After that, I continued my master's in economics, and then now my PhD is also about to complete. So this is my whole study regarding my education as well as my family. So,
बचपनदेखि नै यतिको ट्यालेन्ट हुनुहुन्थ्यो कि बिस्तारै पढ्दा पढ्दै यस भयो?
Sanjay, thank you so much for appreciating. I don't think so. anyone is born with such qualities, you know, because maybe some people are so fortunate enough, but I can't say I was that much fortunate enough. It was the support of my family. As I already said, that the biggest support was given by my parents to me, because being a girl child also, they gave always priority to my preferences, and especially when I was, in that age where I was not known to the world, where I was not known to the opportunities which I can have in future. At that time, my parents told me that no matter whatever happened, first thing, strictly they warned me for that you have to focus on your study, you have to complete your graduation. After that, whatever you want to do, you can pursue in your life. So that enforcement somewhere initially, I found that it was somewhere forced upon me. They forced me to do so, but later I realized that whatever they wished for my betterment, you know. And today, whatever I'm doing in whatsoever field, in different posts, somewhere some people admire my work also. I'm seated over here, having a good conversation with you. I think this is just a result of my parents, expectations from me, that one day when she will be educated enough, she will definitely empower many more, kids and girls especially in her surrounding. So I can say that no one born with such qualities. Sometimes the situation, put you into that circumstances where you learn a lot of things, and sometimes, you have to push yourself also. You need to be better version of yourself. You always need to have the attitude of keep on moving. So I think these things really brought a kind of drastic change in my personality too over the period of time.
Okay, तपाईँ टिचिङ प्रोफेसनमा चाहिँ कसरी आउनुभयो?
Yeah, teaching profession. Yeah, I think when someone say that everything is already planned in their life, I will not say this thing. Entering teaching profession was simply for me by chance. How it happened. See, people should not misunderstood this thing. But how I will say that, initially during my childhood, I used to play this game, teacher and student kind of. I used to be a teacher, and in nearby my neighborhood, whoever small kids were there, I used to collect them and I used to teach them, So somewhere I thought that sort of thing was there, inside me. But I didn't recognize that thing early at my ages. Later, after getting married, when I came to Nepal, at that time, after spending 1 year, just after my marriage, I spent 1 year, a new place, new family. You need to give time to cope up with everyone, So that 1 year, I didn't even realize how it spent. But after that time, I found that my master is also about to complete, and what I'm doing right now, that kind of caution was highly disturbing for me all the time, And sometimes I was asking myself also, are you making your education worth enough to others also? And just one evening, I was sitting with my husband. I asked him, like, now I feel like I should start my professional career. I don't know what I will do, but I want to start. Then he asked me, what you want to do? Have you, planned anything?
BA पछि सुरु गर्नुभयो?
Yeah, BA पछि. So when he asked me this thing, then I said, I don't know, but I'm interested in teaching profession. And as soon as possible, I want to start this thing. I just shared on that day. It was 2008. Let me tell you, 2008. And I just shared with him. Then next day, we went to so many schools for screening purpose and for like interacting, how I can start my teaching journey also. And right from there, I can say I entered to one school. There I got the opportunity for teaching also. And since then, today I'm here. sharing my experience with you.
हजुरको ड्रिम चाहिँ के थियो? तपाई चाहिँ के गर्न चाहनुहुन्थ्यो?
See, the same thing is I'm suggesting to the young generation also. Sometimes there are certain circumstances which doesn't support you to fulfill your dreams, but it doesn't mean that you should stop dreaming. For me the case was slightly different, Sanjay. As I already shared, that I came from a very simplistic background. Though I was having a strong mindset, my education gave me that level of confidence, and I was known about one fact, that I want to do something in my life. I will not sit at home. I will not spend my entire life cooking in kitchen only. Though it is my prior responsibility, I have to look after my family. I will not ignore that responsibility in whatever position I reach in future. But along with that, I want to do something for my sake, for my financial independency. I want to complete my dream, and at the same point of time, I really want to contribute to one and another manner for the upliftment of society also. I really having no idea at that point of time ki how I'm going to do that thing. But somewhere in the mind, that was the thought. And as I got the opportunity to enter education sector, I try to make some different impression, and that I can see in the eyes of youth who who came in contact with me, or whom I taught during my teaching profession journey also. I remember everyone says this thing that, ma'am, your words or what you teach inside the classroom as well as your counseling sessions have really proven as a turning point in our life. So sometimes you don't know, what you are supposed to do. But once you enter in certain field, whether you are comfortable in that area or not, please move ahead. That is just a request of mine. Other than that, please never scare off the hardships that you face. That will be something which is very certain in everyone's life. Now I am doing something, and very easily I'm reaching to this point where I'm working right now. No, I will not say. There are a lot of times I have faced downfall. I know I have cried also a lot of time. I don't know where I am in the right place or doing the right things or not. But all of a sudden, that inner energy comes out and says, no matter whatever happens, just maintain your energy, maintain that calmness, maintain that patience, and keep on moving. Everything will be resolved, very soon. So that attitude somewhere helped me to keep on going ahead. So dream was maybe something else, but now what I have chosen, I am loving that profession.
Okay. तपाईँले बाल्यकालदेखि अहिलेसम्म कुनै प्रब्लम फेस गर्नुभयो? कुनै मेमोरी छ त्यस्तो?
Problems like Sanjay, I think these problems and challenges are just indispensable part of one's life. Everyone, each and every human being who is on this earth, they have certain kind of circumstances, challenging situation and hardships they faced on. And sometimes when they go through with that challenging situation, they don't know about the result. But if they give continuity with sheer passion, dignity and honesty, I think sometimes the outcomes amazed him. The player who participate in Olympic Games, that player doesn't know what would be the result. But we all have seen, they keep on going, till the last point. And sometimes the result makes us amazed. So success is not final, and failure is also not fatal. What is most important, that you need to give continuity to your journey, and every time learn from your hardships. That is the only thing that I have learned in my life.
सक्सेस र एचिभमेन्टमा के डिफरेन्स छ म्याम?
Okay, maybe yeah, there is a technical difference between both the terminology. But for me, in which profession I have entered, especially in the education sector, I feel when I see a student after completing his or her graduation, if they are settled in their career, if they get better employment opportunity, in which sector they want to enter, if they are getting ample opportunities in that particular sector, if they have financial independence, that is for me achievement, and I think that is the paramount of success for them too.
एजुकेसन सँगसँगै तपाईँ बिजनेस पनि गर्नुहुन्छ, हजुरको श्रीमान पनि बिजनेस गर्नुहुन्छ, कसरी टाइम दिनुहुन्छ उता पनि?
Actually, this is something you should ask to Jagdish sir moreover. Because he's more into business, and I'm completely free to give my 100% focus, time and energy to the sector where I am working, like academic sector. So that's why I didn't find any kind of clash in between somewhere. But yeah, here I was just earlier talking about the family support, for a girl after getting married, because before marriage sometimes out of 100%, it's like 90% cases where parents are supporting their child, even girl or boy child, both of them. But the proportion of cases decreases after getting married. After getting marriage, in lots of cases we have seen the girls have to suppress with their dreams. They cannot achieve what they want to achieve. Sometimes they cannot do in their life for what they are meant for, and these situations sometimes shook me from inside even. And but yeah, I will say I'm blessed enough and fortunate enough in that way. I got such husband who is really supportive in every aspect. For a woman, what is most important thing? The most important thing, she doesn't expect any kind of financial security for anyone else. She doesn't expect extreme level of love also. Let me clarify this thing. She doesn't expect any kind of materialistic sources also to give a kind of comfort to her lifestyle. What she really and genuinely expect is respect. Respect, especially from her husband. So I can say that I'm at cloud 9 all the time, because my husband understands me. He supports me thoroughly. He never bring that egoistic nature, whenever the thing comes out in comparison between me and him, he always give priority to my values, to my requirements and to my desires. So in that way I feel so that I'm thankful enough, because your parents give you birth, and that's why sometimes it becomes obvious for them to give a good conditioning, to give a good life to the kids. But for a husband, the soulmate is completely a new person, and when they get married, I think after that, how they pursue their further journey, it entirely depends upon the understanding aspects of both of them. So in that mannerism, I always say, behind a successful man there is a woman, but behind a successful woman there is an understanding, supportive, and a husband who has to keep a lot of patience, especially in case of me. So yeah, Jagdish sir is like that. So that's why also I can say that we don't need to make each other understand for our priorities, especially in our professional field. If I am in office and if I am in my classrooms, he understands it very well that how much time she needs to devote. Let her give that liberty. Let's not engage her with a lot of other things. And sometimes I have seen that he helped me out in domestic chores also, and I feel really blessed enough in that way too. So this is how somewhere a woman needs support, and then she can give a good support system to the entire family also.
उहाँसँग भेट चाहिँ कसरी भयो तपाईको जगदीश सरसँग?
Aha, Sanjay. Now you are
Aliyo.
invading the personal journey.
यो स्टोरी बताइदिनुहोस् अलिकति.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting story, I can say. And for this, the entire credit I will give to God. Because during my educational journey, I was in my undergraduate level last year, like BA fourth year, I was there. At that time, I was in India pursuing my university level education, and sir was busy in his professional journey. Like he has already started hotel over here in Mahendranagar, so he was looking after with all those affairs. The God has already destined this thing somewhere. So there was though interesting story, but our elders played a very vital role, I can say. I can say my maternal uncle, Mamaji, okay, and my brother-in-law. They are a close friends, and somewhere they talked about like we have like I have my niece, and Dai said I have my younger brother.
Arranged marriage?
Yeah, it was arranged. It was arranged at that time.
Wow.
I know why you are surprised, because it's not you only, Sanjay. There are a lot of people who asked me about this
हामी
thing.
देखिरा हुन्छ नि म्याम तपाईहरु यत्रो टिकटकमा भिडियो सिडियो बनाएको यतिको खुसी हुनुहुन्छ साथमा हैन लभ म्यारेज जस्तै लाग्छ के त्यही भएर अलि सोधेको मैले
Touch wood, but yeah, I think it's all about, I said no, love and respect. If you can give these two things to each other, if you give respect, like especially from male side, female expect respect, and from female side, male respect thorough love.
तपाईको नजरमा चाहिँ के बेटर लभ म्यारेज कि अरेन्ज म्यारेज
better? See, I don't know about this thing more. I don't know in the sense of that I have no established perception in regard to love marriage and arranged marriage. I think both have their pros and cons. Arranged marriage was somewhere like earlier was very well known and very easy to digest also, because everyone was somewhere tied up through the family relations, so their marriages were arranged. But later, when a sort of freedom has been given, a lot of kind of thing that education also somewhere played a very vital role in that regard. So people in the sense of young generation, they somewhere got disappointed with the results of arranged marriage, and they found that if someone whom they know very well and they are ready to spend the whole life with that person, so why to wait for family members to get them arranged? Let's go for love marriage concept. So sometimes due to the failure of one system, the new system occurs. But I have still thorough belief in arranged marriage system. Why? Because your family comes together when you are starting a new phase of your life. There are a lot of family members who maintain that check and balance. You have seen the entire process. Family को एक मेम्बरले या त केटालाई हेर्छ या केटी पक्षलाई हेर्न आउँछ, अनि त्यो हेर्दाखेरि उनीहरू सम्पूर्ण कुरा हेर्नुहुन्छ. सम्पूर्ण कुरा in the sense of it's not about the physical appearance, it's about how one another is behaving, how they're handling with the relationship. So are they comfortable enough to maintain the same relationship in their new family or not? So I think these all things value for me a lot. So I will not say arrange or love. I say make your decision sensibly, because it's a lifetime decision.
हजुरको फ्यामिलीमा चाहिँ को हुनुहुन्छ?
Family in the sense like
Family
hereby
member.
family. Yeah, hereby family, everyone. Like my husband, I have 2 kids. My mother-in-law is there. I have like my brother-in-law is there. Then my brother-in-law, and they have their family. So yes, but right now, like me with my husband and kids and my mother-in-law.
Okay. तपाईँ रिसर्च पनि गर्नुहुन्छ होइन
Yeah.
धेरै ठाउँमा तपाईँ वेल रिसर्चर पनि हो अनि तपाईँले धेरै ठाउँमा अवार्ड पनि पाउनु भएको छ विदेशहरूमा पनि अवार्ड पाउनु भएको छ नेपालको तत्कालीन प्रधानमन्त्री पुष्पकमल दाहालको हातबाट पनि सम्मानित हुनुभयो त्यस्तो बेला चाहिँ कस्तो फिल हुन्छ म्याम तपाईँलाई
Sanjay, I think whenever you are recognized for your work, when you receive any kind of awards or accolades, you always feel good. You always feel proud of yourself. I think more than you, your family members, the people in your surrounding feel proud of you. But other than that, what I feel that every time whenever I recognized for my work, my duty gets double. I feel myself more responsible person. I feel the extra, responsibilities on me, because now the people watch me, see me, or somewhere evaluate my work with thorough expectation. Because when you reach to one step, certainly this is not your destination. If you continue with your journey, especially in a specific field, people always expect from you. So same thing I feel. I always feel honored, but at the same point of time, what I can do better next, that would be my thinking. So for awards, I'm always grateful, because it's not me, it's all of you, like I can say, my students, my family members obviously, but more than that, my students, the people who supported me in my professional journey. Because of them, I am able to achieve these awards. So yeah, it's
Okay.
mixed feeling. Happy yet responsible.
हजुर इकोनोमिकको टिचर भएको नाताले म नेपालको अर्थतन्त्रसँग पनि के प्रश्नहरू सोध्छु नेपालको अर्थतन्त्र यति डाउन हुनुको कारण चाहिँ के हो हजुरको नजरमा
Okay. See, Sanjay, when we say that Nepalese economy is so down, like kind of thing, the question might be slightly revised in a way that why we are incompetent enough, somewhere in comparison to the developing and developed economies. I feel that our economy is facing a lot of challenges, and the challenges are not quite new and unknown to others. It's the same common challenges which we had been facing, we are facing, and if we don't find the feasible solution, we are going to face the same problems in future course of time too. I will point out few things over here. In my to the extent of my knowledge, I feel that the biggest problem is youth unemployment and brain drain. This is the biggest challenge. I think youth are the change maker for any economy and nation. If we cannot build up the trust among the young generation, that situation would be a very toxic situation for the future generation too. Here, 20 to 22% youth unemployment is seen at present time. That is truly pathetic. Right now we consider ourselves as the most youngest population, in the world. And if we cannot mobilize their skill, their knowledge, their intellect, their efficiencies in the right way, how we can expect that sort of development which we hear in speeches? We cannot expect that thing, isn't it? And brain drain is also one among the reason, because the youth is not so trust. The youth is not able to develop that trust among our economy, among the system of our country, that they feel like it's better to go in other countries and work there. So somewhere this is one of the reason. Trade deficit. Our economy is more based upon import rather than export. If you talk about the GDP ratio, the trade deficit somewhere constitute 25% of the GDP. It is remittance driven economy. Remittance driven in the sense of right now, find the maximum young generation people are going outside, they're earning and sending back to their country. So right now we are maybe in the safe zone, But what about after 10 and 20 years, when that youth is not capable enough to send that much remittance which we are receiving at present? So that is also one of the big challenge that the government need to address very soon, or policymakers need to work out rigorously. Along with that, I feel that in case of Nepal, not in deeper senses, but we have failed to attract foreign investment also. We have failed to build the trust in the foreign investors and big companies to come in Nepal and invest for certain, for certain duration. We have some companies who are working completely like in a way and supporting the economies also, but still to some aspect I feel. And we have financial fragility also. Financial fragility in the sense of we have low investment and low saving. Low income is also somewhere the reason behind this thing. Along with that, I already said that we are facing the issues regarding FDI and technology transfer aspect too. And in overall senses, if we say that somewhere the people of our country, especially I would like to admit here private sector, the work of private sectors have been highly undermined. Private sectors who taking risk to invest in our own country, to support the economy of our country, they pay tax somewhere, they are providing employment also, even in a loaning processor also they are paying interest rate. So a lot of ecosystem has been supported by the private sector even, but the vision, the views, and even the perception of the government towards the private sector is not so good. It seems like whatever they are earning out of corruption. So this sort of perception need to be also changed. If you see if you take the example of some developed economies in our surrounding, you'll find out that initially during their industrialization phase, private sectors were supported highly. So I feel so that lackness also we witness over here, and very obvious reason, political instability. We have frequent changes in our government that somewhere creating a kind of helplessness among the citizen of our country, that whom to support. If I'm supporting XYZ, all of a sudden when you wake up in the morning, the another government is ruling over there. So this is something really very pathetic in aspect, and the inefficiency of the bureaucracy is one of the reason. And I think we all are talking about corruption. So these are some of the reason, and unless government as a responsible citizen of this country and all the concerned authorities will not take a step ahead to overcome these issues, I don't think so we'll be in a safer zone where we can say we are living in a country which is prosperous, peace, and wealthy enough. So I think these are the issues in my knowledge.
राजनीतिको कुरा गर्ने थिए, तपाईले जोडिहाल्नु भयो। अब म शिक्षा प्रणालीको कुरा गर्छु। तपाईले इन्डियामा पढ्नुभयो हैन? भारतको शिक्षा प्रणाली र नेपालको शिक्षा प्रणालीमा के फरक छ म्याम?
Okay, see, if you talk about the worldwide education system, I will not say the education system of Nepal is somewhere poor in comparison to other education system. What I feel, it's all about the execution. It's all about how you connect this young generation with knowledge-driven, skill-driven, and I can say the employment-driven, education system. These are the three things that need to be focused. You have heard about IITs and IIMs in India. IITs are very well known. IITs and IITs are very well known for IT related, education, and IIMs for management related. They are worldwide very well known, I can say. If you talk about Harvard, Oxford, Trinity, Stanford, then we also talk about IIMs and IITs of India. I feel that the biggest thing which lacking in Nepalese universities, especially higher level education, that we are somewhere fail to create a kind of industry academia collaboration that is must in today's scenario. Maybe before 5-10 years we were not talking about this aspect, moreover, isn't it? Because people were not aware about that thing. But right now, a student who has degree in his or her hand, what he or she will do with that degree or with that certificate, if you can't give the financial security to that individual, if you can't give a kind of assurance that after completing your certification or your degree you will have a good employment opportunity in that respective field, until unless you are not able to do so, you can consider your system as a failure one. So IITs and IIMs did the same thing. They have done a lot of things. I don't think so that behind the success of such well-known organization is a world-class infrastructure. That is the reason, but I will not give that reason. I will not emphasize on that reason. Second, high qualified and very experienced professors. No, not that. For me, the most important thing that these sectors focus on three things. One, they focus on skill development. Okay, if one student is good enough in particular sectors, suppose they are good enough in AI, they are good enough in robotics, they are good enough in machine learning, or if I talk about the management based learnings, if they are good enough being a good manager or in human resource or in marketing or in finance or in accounting, they try to work out developing more skills to that area of that student, which definitely help them shaping their future or professional journey too. Along with that, their alumni is highly supportive over there. They create better ecosystem for providing more employment opportunities to their students. So I feel so that if you can connect this young generation with skill oriented education system, research based education system, and somewhere create that industry academia collaboration, so that assurance, a system is giving an assurance for job security also in their own hometown or in their own country. I think so that will create a big difference between any institution to be well known, or when we talk about the success of the education system. I think these are the parameters in my eyes. So there is no comparison over here, but if we can work out towards that side, we have some good institution. I will not name anyone, like everyone is performing well in their own way, but I think it is a high time to focus toward these things mainly, because youth is really becoming restless. They are not able to develop that trust towards the system, and that we need to bring back somewhere.
हजुर फार्वेस्टर्न युनिभर्सिटीमा पनि पढाउनुहुन्छ, ब्रिस्टनमा पनि पढाउनुहुन्छ, दुईटालाई कम्पेयर गर्न त मिल्दैन, र तपाईको रोजाइमा कुन?
Okay, Brixton, see, if I talk about Brixton, somewhere my journey started from this institution. It was 2013 when I joined Brixton College. I've been offered as a principal. Then I served for almost a decade over there in the role of principal, as well as I interacted with the student. I used to hear about their problems. I try my level best to address their problem and to resolve them also to the best of my potential. Then my journey started in Far Western University. I still say I'm really blessed in many ways. How? Because when the vacancy was open, in Far Western University of Economics teacher, there were two views came in front of me. One kind of group was sharing that you don't need these jobs. Why you don't need these jobs? Because you are already settled. You are doing well in your sector. So why you are testing yourself? It's not needed somewhere. Okay. And the second one thing was there that anyone can do. Like anyone can perform well in private sector because everything is in their hand. But to attempt the examination, to successfully crack the examination and interviews and getting post in university is really a hard nut to crack. So at that point of time also, I know I was very much settled there, but I took it as a challenge. I took it as a challenge. I worked really so hard. I can say my prolonged experience where I worked so honestly and dedicatedly in my field, thereby experience also helped me a lot here. So somewhere the journey started in Far Western University likewise. Okay, when I start taking classes, honestly speaking, Sanjay, I didn't feel like there are major changes. It's just the thing that the problems are same, but those problems are not addressed rightly. That is the main lackness which I found. A student requires what? I think they need a kind of comfortable environment to continue with their studies only, where infrastructure plays a very vital role, I feel so. Along with that, they need a mentor or a teacher who can guide them and facilitate them. See, in today's scenario, do you think knowledge is out of reach of anyone? No. We all have devices. We all have internet facilities. We all are connected to the world. If any student wants to learn something, I think no sources can stop him or her, isn't it? But still, teacher is necessary. A guru is necessary.
Yeah.
Because that guru provides them right direction. The guru provides them right mentorship, and sometimes that learning from your gurus will make a kind of lasting impression in your life also. So that's why I feel so that in university, if these few basic things will be addressed, I think the academic environment will get slightly better over there. I think I think every official want to work on that side, but maybe there are certain restrictions. Okay, I can say in that way. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for that thing too. So it's my responsibility to teach with honesty inside the classroom, that I'm doing so. I really want to empower my students, want to make them realize that life is not that easy how they are thinking of. So just sharing these views of mine also, sometimes I feel that they get encouragement, and sometimes they start taking their life in a way where they feel that there is someone who is always ready to provide her guardianship, especially in terms of whenever they need that. So I feel in that way only.
तपाईँ विद्यार्थीहरूको मनमुटुमा एकदमै बस्न सबै विद्यार्थीहरूले तपाईँले मन पराउनुहुन्छ। तपाईँ विद्यार्थीहरूको नजरमा चाहिँ एउटा सफल शिक्षक हो। एउटा सफल शिक्षक बन्नको लागि चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ?
Thank you so much, Sanjay. I just come to know that how much my kids, I never say them students, they are my kids, though I am the biological mother of 2 kids only. But I feel each and every student who throughout my teaching journey, whom I have got opportunity to meet, I think everyone has taught me something. That's why for being a good teacher, there is no recipe, I can say simply. Just do your work with full honesty. That is the only thing which I have always followed throughout my life. You have to sacrifice. Get ready for that. Teaching profession is the mother of all other profession. You can't play with the life of the kids. You can't play with the life, the future of this young generation. And I personally believe that you have no right to do that thing. So if you are planning to enter teaching field, if you are planning to be the part of teaching fraternity, just fasten your seatbelt, because the journey is not going to be easy for you. We don't have 10 to 5 job. Maybe officially it is written somewhere 10 to 5, but it's not 10 to 5. I feel that it's 24/7 duty. Whenever your kid needs you, whenever your student needs you, you have to show your presence over there. Maybe not physical presence, but somewhere emotionally, spiritually, mentally, you must be there to support them. Accept that thing. We come from the Gurukul, Shiksha Pranali kind of. We talk about that thing also moreover. So I feel like as a teacher, you have a lasting impression in the mind of your students. Sometimes your students start, personifying your personality. They want to be like you. Don't you think it's a big responsibility on your shoulder when someone want to be like you? Then you have to control your conduct, your personality, your character, everything. You have to show them exemplary. So I think teaching job is not that easy job. Inside the classroom, if you teach your content and subject matter, that is not enough with teaching. You are guru to them, and the definition of guru is bigger for me, because you are not only responsible to complete your course, but moreover then you have the responsibility to form a character, a personality that tomorrow should be performed as a responsible human of this country too.
Okay.
So I think so that I'm blessed to be teacher. That's why.
स्टुडेन्टले गरेको कुनै यस्तो काम छ कि जसबाट तपाईँ रियल्ली इम्प्रेस हुनुभएको छ, त्यस्तो कुनै?
Every time, Sanjay. Every time. Whenever I see my students, they are pushing beyond themselves to their boundaries. I feel myself blessed enough. Sometimes I was, in my past, I have seen several times, I was there to appreciate them. Sometimes I'm not there available to. But every time, whenever I come to know through social media platforms, or I physically see them, I feel myself proud enough. So there are a lot of times, I remember a case over here, once a father, came for admission purpose. I'm talking about like 5 years back. Okay, it's not a recent scenario. 5 years back, father came and obviously in private sector the fees are very high. So he wants his daughter to continue with the BBA program, and the girl was also expecting the same kind of thing. When I shared them the fee structure at that time, I found that the father was not so into that situation to pay that amount. So he simply said one statement.
Western
There are
college?
yeah
Western college?
yeah, it was there only. So I found that when I was counseling them at that time, the one statement that moved me for that period of time, the father said, rather than spending this amount for the further education, better to get her settled, marry her kind of thing. Na? So that was the situation at that point of time, 5 years back. The parents were not ready to spend a good amount of money for the higher education of, especially for their girl child. But now at present, I can say, I've seen a lot of cases in my surrounding. Even in FU also, I see a lot of students are pursuing higher education in professional and management related, IT related courses, which is quite expensive enough, but this is the support of their parents, and it is somewhere providing an equal opportunity or access to the resources to the girl child also. So I feel proud enough in that way. And one more, we all talk about the brain drain situation. So same, like it's almost 6 years back, incident. And at that time, one student who had already planned, to go to foreign country for the further study after completing inter level. But after half an hour counseling session, this, that kind of thing. Later, he dropped the idea. He planned to continue 4-year degree course here in Nepal, especially in Sudur Pashchim. And now, I think it's a good news for all of us too, that he is running his own business in Sudur Pashchim only. So these are not one or two incidents in my life. There are a number of incidents which I can share, but we don't have that much time, where I always feel proud to be a teacher. More than a teacher, I feel like I'm mother to them. So that is somewhere, a journey of mine in this
Okay.
section.
And last question चाहिँ महिलाले नेतृत्व विकास चाहिँ कसरी गर्ने तपाईँले रिसर्च गर्नुभएको छ धेरै महिलाहरूको इन्भाइरोमेन्टको बारेमा यो सम्बन्धी अलिकति भनिदिनुहोस् के सन्देश दिन चाहनुहुन्छ महिलाहरूलाई यहाँसम्म कसरी पुग्ने
When I started my journey as a leader, I really faced a lot of challenges, I can say. And I think I should admit this in this platform. Because everyone is not ready to accept women leadership so easily. Still, there is a biggest question that raised in front of me: can she lead? Okay, and people always see with the eyes of doubts, skepticism. These things were quite known during the initial phase of my journey. So I found that leadership always has to gone through with this all hardships. We can say that until unless you put the gold into the test of fire, it doesn't get its real worth also. So if you really want to know about your worth, you have to go through with this test of fire. So that was really a very kind of situation for me. I really felt at that time that either I can quit or I have to prove myself. So I chose the second way. I have to prove myself. And to prove myself, the only thing which I found that as a leader must have a good vision. You need to develop that vision, where the institution exists at present and where your leadership will take that institution in future. Second thing, sometimes you have to show daring attitude to accomplish your planning, to accomplish your vision also. So that daring and courage to take challenges is also one of the prominent attribute, I can say, one leader must have. Along with that thing, I think a good leader must be known about how to work with the team. A team synergy is somewhere help you to accomplish your goal and task. So being a women leader, yes, in initial phase, I really faced ample challenges. But now I can see that when everyone has accepted me in this role, so somewhere now more than proving myself, it is the responsibility on my shoulder that I cannot do wrong things. I cannot spread negativity around me. It's very much necessary for me to understand that people look up to me with a lot of expectation, especially my students, my teammates, my colleagues, and I have to work in that way that I should fulfill their expectation too. So in all these senses, for me, leadership is not about